Welcome to Everyday Happiness, where we create lasting happiness in 2 minutes a day through my signature method of intentional margins, creating harmony between your to-dos and your priorities, happiness science, and musings about life. I'm your host, Katie Jeffcoat, and I've been really deep in my own thoughts about what this next year holds for me. And I was thinking, I can't be alone, so I thought I'd bring up this discussion here with you. So people are talking about the things that they miss and the things that they don't like now during the pandemic. And it seems a bit ho-hum. And we phrase the pre-pandemic times as things you miss. And then we phrase the pandemic times as the things you dislike. But instead, I'm thinking to the future. And during this post-pandemic recovery year, which I think we're in right now, I invite you to think about 2 questions. The first, what are we not going to return to? This can look like toxic relationships, busy running kids, being overscheduled. The pandemic jolt has taught us a lot about what we value and what we can live without. Some of my friends and I were talking, and we felt like society was a runaway train. We were way too busy pre-pandemic. We had to collectively stop. We noticed that now families are coming together for dinner and game night, and we enjoyed meeting neighbors on the driveway during the pandemic, even when it was cold out. So the first question is, what are we not going to return to? And the second question is, what are we going to keep? Maybe it is that weekly game night, reading more books, an earlier bedtime. This is where I think there is some magic in the forced slowdown. I had a friend that said she didn't like being alone, so she started reaching out to people who brought her joy, and she'll continue to surround herself with the right people during our recovery year. So what are you going to do? What are you going to keep in your post-pandemic recovery year? DM me on social at Everyday Happiness with Katie and let me know what you're going to keep from this past year.